Hutchens.
Yeah, I think a epic Big 12 matchup. I don't think there's been a game that Bill and I have played against each other that hasn't come down to the wire, especially in this building, except maybe the first year. And so, it came down to us executing our game plan and just making plays late. I thought, we had to find a way to take the Crooks away, and so we obviously made the decision to let Jada Williams shoot. And sometimes it looks crazy because she obviously made some, but at the end of the day, when you look at the analytics and that Crooks shoot 70% and Jackson and Hare shoot 50% from three, we had to pick our poison. And I thought we executed that at a high level, for the most part, kept them off the boards and kept it a lower scoring game.
Just kind of was wondering how tough was it to maybe watch that when Jada is getting those wide open looks, and obviously you're balancing out whether she gets that or Addie gets something.
Yeah, I thought we maybe did it about a minute too long there, but the one thing about Jada, if you look at her at USA Basketball at Arizona, she can have a poor shooting game, but when the game's on the line late, she has always been someone that wasn't afraid. And she showed that down the stretch, the pull-up, the three, but I thought, that's two really good guards out there battling against one another, and Jada Williams and Talia Scott. So Crooks shoots 70% inside 5 feet. So, we just wanted to make her unhappy in there. And, Jada's at her best when she's getting everybody else touches and then sprinkling in some shots. And so it's not easy to leave somebody open, but I certainly think the alternative was, what was she, 8 for 9 in the first half? So, we did a better job of then her rushing, knowing we were there when she would get touches in the second half.
Was the idea that it was just gonna make it tougher for anybody or specifically Jada, to just get the ball into Addie?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't guard her. I mean, we tried to deny Brown, we denied Hare, we denied Jackson. We tried to take all their most efficient options away and use Bella's size to take away the post pass. And, for lack of a better way to say it, dare her to shoot and make plays, and then hopefully end up with the rebound. So, because you can't guard her one-on-one. But if you bring help, if you front and bring help from the backside, this team is elite at skipping the basketball. Addie Brown, one of the best skip passers like I've ever seen. And so you take that away by taking the ball out of her hands.
After Crooks started 4 for 4, what did it take to stick with it and eventually make her a little bit more uncomfortable in that second half?
Well, we started straight up, and ironically, Jada had hit a couple shots and we were just playing them straight up and ball screens coming in transition. But, it was just kind of a secondary game plan that we were prepared to use, and we wrote it. I mean, we really, pretty much the entire second half, if Crooks was in the game, we were going to help off. And so, it's, you just can't let her get what she wants. I mean, I don't know how many games it was, 30-point games in a row, but she's just an elite scorer at the rim.
Would you think about how you were able to slow down Addie Brown as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at our games historically, we've had good matchups for her. Yep. A year ago in the Big 12 tournament, I watched her put 38 or something on Arizona State, and we had Bella play her straight up, and her combination of physicality and length and her ability to block shots. I thought Bugs did a good job denying her today, and they've gone to, if you look, Bill has a huge play call sheet, but if you look at 90% of their offense, they're 4 out, 1 in, and that formation might look a little different, but if you take away the pass to the right and the pass to the left, and you don't give them the skip 3, we didn't have to guard a lot of plays. We just had to guard players with how we defended.
I was really impressed with Dunn coming off the bench, scoring 5 quick points, and then in the second half, both sides of the ball just coming up with something every time you needed something. Can you speak to that just a little bit and how impactful she is?
Yeah. So Yu-Ting came over in January last year. Didn't speak a lot of English, but played for Johnny Harris. So there was a comfort in the portal with her coming to Baylor, with Johnny coming to Baylor, and an elite skill set offensively. Great size, great strength. Can get to her pull up. Her shot is as pretty as any female player I've ever watched, let alone a guy. And so, she and I met yesterday, and I just challenged her to be aggressive. That we were starting to run floppy actions for her and doing some things for her to get her in actions, and I wanted her to be aggressive on the catch. And I thought she did that coming into the game, and we really needed it because we were playing good basketball, and we were getting Talia great shots. And if you told me she was going to miss that many shots in a row, I wouldn't believe it. She's just that elite of a scorer. And we were getting her good shots. She was taking good shots. And so, it's just a matter of getting someone in there to make them. I thought Yu-Ting did that. And then that gave us the confidence. Talia got her second foul. I was like, we're right there with them at halftime, and our leading scorer was Ofer, And so that gave us a lot of confidence going into the second half because we knew that wouldn't happen in the second half with Talia. So I thought Yu-Ting has grown up at the defensive end. Offensively, she's always been good, but her growth has really come at the defensive end in terms of using her size, using her strength, understanding. Like, they tried to back cut her the first possession, and she didn't give it up in front of our bench. That was growth because she's given up a lot of back cuts this season. So really, really talented player, but an even better human.
Hi, Coach. You've been around the W and been around college. How does Addie rate with some of the better bigs you've seen?
Yeah, I think when you talk about her ability, and you guys have seen it around here, like Addie Brown was very similar. I think it's all about deep position, using her strength at the rim. I think, when she started the game and rolled those two 15-footers in, it just showed you her elite touch. He obviously ran the play to get her a three there at the end of the first half, which, believe me, she's hit one on us before her freshman year in the Big 12 tournament. So I've seen her make them. I think that's, as far as, I was talking to a broadcaster when we were at Oklahoma State, and they compared her to Courtney Paris, in terms of their ability to, you can't play one-on-one on the low block. They're going to win every battle because she does such a good job of leveraging angles and getting deep position and taking her time. It's just really hard to rush her. Throwing good touch. And, fortunately she didn't throw in a bunch of fadeaway, one-step turns on us today. But we would have been happy if that's what she was taking, because when she's powering you at the rim. So I think at this level, I think she's as good as anyone that's played at the collegiate level. So yeah, I've seen a lot of really good bigs. I've coached against Brittany Griner and I traded for Addie Brown. And so, coached against and with a lot of good players.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.